We, you and I, are created into an order, the Creator's order. This is what we call His instruction, the law of life and liberty. The spiritual order is His word, which is the Almighty Himself, and Yeshua is His order manifested. The goal is also for us to be manifested in Him. That is the gold and the new covenant. Does this make us the Almighty or the Son? No, but children to our Father and siblings to the Son, our King. Everything He has created in His order. What is under the sun and what is in the heavens, like the angels, the rain, the animal, the flowers and the trees, all have their own order. We also have an order. We are created in His image. And His order is His word, which is manifested in the Son. If you have seen the Son, you have seen the Father, for He is the Father's image, showing us who the Father is, His will for us, and His word. They are 100% one in thoughts, in the word, just as we one day shall be when Yahweh comes down to the earth with the New Jerusalem. But we understand that we are not there yet. He says that if we choose His order, which is written in His word, then we will receive His blessings, indicating that we are in His line with His will, and that is good for us. But we have our own choices. We can choose to stand outside His order, just as Lucifer did. But since Yahweh has created everything, and without Him there is no life, then darkness comes if we choose Him away. That is just how it is. If we do not understand our Creator, we should not question His order and His instruction, but our own. Since the order is constant without an exception, and we do not have the power to add to it or take away from it, even if we might think it will probably be fine because we do not see the direct consequences. But they will always be there no matter what you believe or choose. You see, we are spiritual and eternal. The consequences of the choices we make will come, for you will never fully die or disappear. If you choose away the order, the instruction you were created into, the consequences will be the curses, and that is not the will of our Father, but it becomes yours. So do you mean that Yahweh will take revenge on us for not understanding? No, the question is rather if you want to understand or not. Everyone gets the opportunity. Yahweh is just. It is simply His image to be judged. The question is what we want to do with what we have been given. Do we want to keep it for ourselves, or do we want to honor our Father? Do we want to follow ourselves and the world, or the Father? The order and instruction you are born into exists regardless. Let us look at what the opposite of the Most High is. That is, not following and living in His order and His instruction. Lucifer, like all the other angels, has their choices between remaining in His creation or remaining in themselves as their own gods, and they chose themselves. You see, love never forces itself upon anyone. When we choose away the Most High, who is the light, we remain in darkness. Good becomes evil, light becomes darkness, and life becomes death. For we are created into Yah, but if you choose out Yah, and as I said, He is the light, then you remain in darkness, and even if you die, you will live, not in the light, but in the darkness. We step out of the order and His instruction and create our own for a certain time. The order you are created into existed regardless, but it is your choice whom you want to belong to. We, without Yahweh, are like a flower without water or a fish on dry land. What the Bible calls sin is to be outside His order and instruction, His word and His will for us. It is in that order Lucifer is God, ruling and reigning in this world. Without hope, we human become apathetic and allow ourselves to be controlled. And if we do not know Yahweh and His will, or have entered into His order, we fight against each other instead of loving each other. For love is to love Yahweh with all our heart and love our neighbors as ourselves. And this is also not from us, but becomes us when we allow ourselves to be loved by Him. When we say yes to unite with Him in His instruction, which He has already made for us, we could become His children. Listen, but if the truth, which is His order and instruction, the word, which is Yeshua, is ignored and hung on the cross by us human, how can we then walk in His ways, which is the word, the order of the new covenant? How can we manage it without doing exactly as He did? If He had to use the whole word of His Father to fight the devil, how can we manage it without doing the same? Then we are like the blind in daylight, naked with clothes. We have armor, but no strength to carry it, and the sword we cannot use. We become fruit that cannot be eaten, and salt without power. Our words become empty and bear no meaning. We have legs, but we cannot walk, ears, but we cannot hear. We have eyes, but we do not see. What we believe in becomes emptiness and chasing after the wind. Our souls are crooked, and what we have runs out. We become like the fish on the dry land, where we think we have everything, but we have nothing. What we thought was light is dark, and what we thought was good is evil, because we have made our own God of wood, and when the fire blows on it, it disappears into smoke. Listen, my friend, for no one can stand and remain standing when his storm comes. No one can stop when the arrows falls. No one can hide when a thief comes to steal what was not yet yours. No one can carry their own strength, for it was not yours, but borrowed until it was taken back. No one can regret when the sword falls, and when the fire consumes what you love, all you had become nothing. When the flood rages against your house, and the storm drowns your last hope, and the thought you had is erased before it was formed, it's too late. Then whoso will see, those who sowed in tears shall rejoice. Those who wept shall be comforted, and those who died from this world shall live in the new. Those who hope shall rejoice, and the broken shall be strengthened. Those who lost everything shall regain it, and those who believe shall be rewarded. The dead shall live, and those who suffer shall fly. The naked shall be clothed, and never freeze again. Those who had nothing shall receive, and the humble shall be crowned. The childless shall have many more, and the lonely shall be in the midst of all. What you forsook shall be granted to you, for what you lacked is yours. The life you gave shall you receive, and your darkness is no more. Nothing exists that was not granted to you, my dear friend.